Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nick Talks. So, today I want to talk about the anti-model and what it means and how to use it effectively. Essentially, turning pain back into power, right? So, to give a little context here, I've been pretty outspoken I've been pretty open about how I had a complete shortage of role models in my formative years, and especially the fact that it was so negative for my upbringing. And even now, like, I can feel the longing for a mentor, a role model, like someone to model after, someone who's just a little bit better than me, or their life has gone further in the direction that I would like mine to go. Someone that I can, ask positive questions to and find the answers that I'm looking for instead of having to figure them out myself the hard way, right? Now, I would argue that the best lessons are the ones that you have to fight for, but it's still nice to have someone that you can look up to move forward. But as in my case, that isn't always the situation. And so, instead of being just at a loss and beside yourself because there's no one to point you in the right direction, the method that I found the most useful is that of the anti-model. I would say that I had one of the most perfect examples of what an anti-model can be, which is essentially just someone who gives you all the wrong answers and points you in all the wrong directions and shows you exactly what not to do. At first it really seemed like I was missing something, and I think that is still the case, but what I learned was that I can still use that. It's still valuable information, and this person that I'm referring to was just not so good at the game of life, and in relationships, and in work, and in play, and in just personal being. Just couldn't seem to figure it out, and still to this day just can't seem to get a grip on what's real and how to be better than yesterday. And so what I learned to do was to just observe this behavior and note how what they were doing damaged them and how it damaged others. And in doing so, I could map the gray areas of where not to go. And so, maybe my compass doesn't point due north, but it at least can avoid due south, right? At least I know everything back here is back there for a reason, and I can see perfect examples as to why not to do those things. Like, oh, okay, this person said and did these things to their partner, and it completely ruined their relationship that was so promising in the beginning. And so then I know that I shouldn't do those things, right? Or this person treated me this certain way, and the way that it made me felt was, powerless or humiliated or angry or, anything. And I can say, okay, well then I don't want to treat others that way. So, maybe with a role model, they can give you an exact point to set your sights on, a true North Star to follow in the night. But an anti-model can show you what areas of the water you don't want to go in. And in doing so, can at least tighten the view of where forward is. And so, you may not know exactly where you want to go, but you know where you're not supposed to go, and you know what you want to avoid. And so the direction is still there. It may not be as crisp and as clear as if the path was laid out to you so obviously by someone who really had their stuff figured out, but the benefit is there regardless. And I think there's a lot of power in that. I think that you have to find lessons everywhere, and it isn't always going to be right in front of you, clear to read and present, but it's there regardless. And if you're paying attention and you just decipher whatever meaning life is giving you, then you can find your way. And the anti-model is something that's all I've had. That's all I've had my whole life, were models of what not to do and who not to become. And in doing so, I've tripped and fallen many times, but I've at least been stepping in what I believe is the right direction. So just observe your surroundings, observe who is with you, and really take in their behavior and And just as you would see someone who's doing the right thing and say, wow, that's something I really want to do, that's someone I really want to be, I wish I could be more like them, you can do the exact same on the opposite end, which is, wow, I really don't want to do that. I don't want my life to look like what's going on over there. I don't want to become that person. Whatever happens, I want to avoid treating my partner that way, treating my family that way, treating my friends that way. And in doing so, you have, like I said, at least a direction. It may not be true, but at least a direction. And then as you go, you can kind of bump into the walls of what is your morality and find your way, through the darkness, so to speak. So kind of a short one today, but short and sweet, right to the point. But just try and take that in and let me know what you think. And the reason that I like this so much is that more often than not, you're going to have anti-models rather than role models. There's more bad examples than there are good. And so if you can't find meaning and purpose in the negative, then you're going to be just waiting around for the positive, and it doesn't always come, right? And so if you can at least observe everything and take in the good and the bad and see, okay, I like this, but I don't like that. Well, let's push this in the don't do that bin and keep this in the do more of that bin. And then, you have a way to go. You have a light at the end of the tunnel that you can follow. And that's all we got today. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, wrap this sucker up quick, huh? That's all right. We'll take it. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like and subscribe, give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. And with that, I'll say, Nick out.